Whew, man, oh man. What's going on, everybody? It's Appalurski here with my Assassin's Creed Shadows premiere trailer breakdown. And I'm not going to do a frame by frame breakdown. It's more of like overall initial thoughts of it and my overall excitement for it. This is probably the most excited I've been to do a video since I launched my channel a couple months ago. So, as many of you probably don't know, Assassin's Creed is my favorite franchise of all time. I've been gaming since 1989, and you might think that, well, Assassin's Creed is kind of like a boring choice for best franchise, but to me, it goes far beyond that. I'm kind of a freak when it comes to historical periods and things of that nature, and they've always done that part right. So without further ado, let's break this thing down. So first off, we get a glimpse of our female and male protagonists, kind of the first time they see each other. Her name is Naoe, and his name is Yasuke. And Yasuke is actually a real person from Japanese history. He actually was a samurai, and he served under the shogun at the time. 1579, I believe, is when the game starts. And he served under Nobunaga, which was the shogunate at the time, kind of a tyrannical figure, but very, very famous. Here we get to see him. Looks like they're just slaughtering. There's like a large-scale battle slaughtering another clan of samurai. And it looks like he seems to be at odds with himself, almost like he's wondering if he's doing the right thing. And this is when we get to see both of them together, kind of speaking, and that they can like work together. And we don't get a lot of like what the overall narrative is going to be in the game. I believe we'll get some more of that this summer. But whatever it is, it's drawn these two characters together. And this goes back to my previous video from yesterday where I talked about the title, Shadows, right? Kage in Japanese, how that word is actually very important to their culture. And they kind of blatantly speak it at one point in this trailer. And you see here some of her gameplay, which looks awesome. Although it's a cinematic trailer, she's using the hidden blade in combat, the grappling hook, shurikens, looks great. And then we got Yasuke here just pummeling it looks like another samurai clan. I was trying to see, like, kind of slow it down to see if they had the same logo, to see if he's fighting against his own clan here. But I wasn't able to determine that for sure. Now here we got... she was from earlier in the trailer, he's being chased by Naoe and then bumps into Yasuke here. So obviously they're working together at this point. And the man says something, wow, that's awesome. The hidden blade turning into a dagger. If that comes back, that was one of the coolest things in Assassin's Creed 3, I believe. Now, here what we got is a shot of the collector's edition. I just thought I'd throw this in here because it looks to come with some really cool stuff if you're into that. I'm going to try to get my hands on it. I know the last couple of times they were Ubisoft store only, and even like North America couldn't get some of them. So hopefully I can get my hands on this one. But I wanted to point out it comes with the hilt, Naoe's hilt for the samurai sword, which I think is a really cool addition. I have some katanas myself, so I might actually be putting that on one of my katanas if I get my hands on the thing. And that scroll art in the back is really cool. This is the Ultimate Edition, so this is what you get. You get 3 days early access. You get the season pass, which includes 2 expansions, and with the price point being at $40, I would assume those expansions are going to be as large as like Valhalla's were. And those were very well done DLCs if you guys didn't play them. Then you get your character skins pack and your hideout pack, along with some digital bonuses. And another thing I wanted to point out too is, as I was scrolling through the website here, just to let you know, I thought this was cool. If you're subscribed to Ubisoft Plus Premium, this is going to be a day one release. And essentially, you're getting the Ultimate Edition if you're a subscriber to Ubisoft Plus Premium. As far as I know, it's a PC only thing. I know Xbox and PlayStation both have Ubisoft Plus, like kind of light versions on there. But PC is the one where you really get that full premium stuff. So just something to keep in mind if you're on the fence about buying it. Maybe you want to subscribe when the game comes out and check it out. But anyway, back to the trailer here. I'm really curious to see what brings these two characters together. One thing that was revealed in the, and also I think this is really cool that they did this side by side, is an explanation of each character and, you know, kind of where they come from, what they stand for. One thing that kind of threw me off, well, I kind of thought about it actually, if maybe Nawe was already like grown up in like the Japan faction of the Assassin's Brotherhood. And if I had to guess, it seems like that's what it is, because there's some information given here that she is the daughter of a real life, very probably most notorious shinobi in history, ninja, and she's the daughter of him. So maybe, and they come from the Iga clan, which is like a small province that's kind of isolated in the mountains in real life, and she's his daughter. He looks to be, you know, at an older age when it does show him. But maybe they're the Iga Ninja clan, that's him there. Maybe the Iga Ninja clan is and always has been the Brotherhood in Japan, right? It makes sense. Ninjas were used. They served the shogunate. Some of them did, and they were kind of like, I don't want to call them mercenaries, but they were more like sent on special missions, you know, secret missions. That's why they were more in the shadows, and there was a period of time where certain samurai clans looked down upon the ninja because they felt that they were dishonorable, especially, you know, a couple hundred years before that, you know. But this is at a time where Japan is kind of changing, so they could be embracing the shinobi aspect a little bit more. But either way, I think that's a cool way of introducing real historical figures. So not only are we getting our first playable historical figure, we're getting the daughter of a real life historical figure. And Assassin's Creed has never done this before, so I think moving forward that opens up a lot of doors for, you know, future characters that we play as, right? A couple of other quick things I wanted to point out is it doesn't show at least I couldn't see the actual like Assassin's Creed Brotherhood logo anywhere on Nawe. But I didn't really like pause and rewind and look for it. But one thing I did notice is her hidden blade. It has like a Japanese dragon, like in brass. Like you can see it in a couple of the clips, and I just think that looks really cool. And they seem to be working together. I'm sure Yasuke, being an actual samurai under the shogunate, he's probably doing this of his own accord and trying to keep it secret, right? They're passing notes along. I think it's really cool. The only downside I would have to say, and this is just a personal thing, is Ubisoft Quebec is making this game, right? And they made Odyssey, which Odyssey is my least favorite Assassin's Creed game. And not to say that it's a bad game. It's a great game. It's just the least Assassin's Creed style game, right? So, with that being said, they also developed Assassin's Creed Syndicate, which is actually one of my favorite of the entire franchise. I know there's a lot of people that are kind of divided on this game here, but this was the last of the old school style Assassin's Creed games before they switched over to the RPG style. Now, I'm I'm an old school Assassin's Creed fan. I've played them all, beat them all, day one, but I fully embraced the RPG aspect when they made Origins. That game is great. It's one of the best. And I know people are starting to, by the time Valhalla came out, fans were starting to get tired of it and saying it was kind of like not Assassin's Creed anymore. And I can agree partially to that, especially with Odyssey, and being that Quebec is helming Shadows. I just don't want it to be more reminiscent of Assassin's Creed Odyssey. As great of a game as that was, everyone's expecting to kind of go back to a mixture of the old and the new, similar to what they did with Mirage, which Mirage was absolutely fantastic. So if the rumors of the improved parkour, the new engine, the Anvil, well, it's not a new engine, is upgraded, the Anvil pipeline, if they can kind of go back to the parkour that we got in Unity and Syndicate, and add to it. I know there's been rumors of like being able to go prone and hide in foliage and stick to shadows, and there's like a light meter and stuff. If that all actually comes to fruition, I think we're in for one hell of a game. And I do believe all of that stuff is true, because all the rumors so far, from what we've seen in the trailer, that they've came to fruition. So just wanted to throw my thoughts in there on my one and only worry. But I do think that this is probably the right team to do it, considering that they have experience in the older style and the newer style, right? So I couldn't be more excited. I want to hear your guys' thoughts. I know a lot of people are kind of jaded on Assassin's Creed, and there's 1,000 titles coming out, and the infinite system that Shadows is supposed to launch with, which we didn't see in this trailer, and I wasn't expecting to. But I am interested to see how that kind of weaves in all the narratives, all the different games. There's rumors of it being a subscription-based thing when they already have Ubisoft Plus Premium. I mean, I think if I had to guess, it'd be like one or the other. If you're fully invested in Assassin's Creed, you could subscribe to that and have access to the older titles, and maybe even Shadows, on day one, kind of like what Ubisoft Plus Premium does with PC titles. So, but I'm sure we'll probably find out more this summer about it, but I'm excited. I cannot wait. I'm kind of like a freak when it comes to feudal Japan or anything that has to do with samurais, and I never thought, because they straight up said, that they weren't going to make a game set in Japan, but things have changed, and maybe they just were waiting until they could have the proper technology to develop it the way they wanted to. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. That's my thoughts on the first official look at Assassin's Creed Shadows. I couldn't be more excited. And keep it locked into my channel if you like what I'm doing. I'm going to be covering this game immensely. Anything we hear or see, I'm going to be, making content for this. I'm very passionate about Assassin's Creed. So, thank you guys once again for watching, and like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. Thank you. Do you sub?
We are the shadows.
That served the light.